there. How are you people learners? Are you okay? Are you home? Are you revising? Are you observing Ministry of Health guidelines to fight against coronavirus? I am your teacher of mathematics, Teacher Elijah. So I am here to give you some lessons. Are you ready for them? Wow. Now, you can follow me now. So, we have been learning so far in Unit 6. Do you still remember? Oh, okay, let me remind you. We have been studying about length. Repeat. Length. About length. About length. So, with length, we talked about instruments, instruments for measuring length. Yes, I remember we talked about it. Who can remind us? Number one, we talked about a meter rule. A meter rule. We said that a meter rule is used to measure short distances, like the length of the blackboard. Okay. So, with length, we talked about instruments used for measuring length. Instruments used for measuring length. One, we talked about a meter rule. We talked about a vanilla caliper. We talked about a micrometer screw gauge. Yes. Who can also remind me another one? We also talked about a tape measure. Do you still remember? Wow. If you still remember, that's good. Now, among those instruments, I have a meter rule here. This is a meter rule. Among those instruments, I have a meter rule here. So, this meter rule, I told you that it is used to measure short distances. Short distances. Like, if you want to measure the length of your desk in class, we use this meter rule. If you want to measure the length of the cupboard, we use this meter rule. Here, let us continue with length measurements. With length measurements, we are going to talk about converting units of length. Converting units of length. Now, when converting from one unit of length to another, we can easily use a conversion table. We all know that. We can easily use a conversion table. This is a conversion table. This is a conversion table for length. Here we read it as kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, and millimeter. I know you all know that. I think so. Now, how are we going to convert units of length using this table? Now, so, if I want, for example, 1 kilometer is equal to how many hectometers? I will come here and I put 1 kilometer is the same as 10 hectometers. So 1 kilometer is equal to 10. Who can now tell us 1 kilometer to decameter? Also, I put 1 under kilometer, I add zeros to decameter. All of us, what is the answer? 100. Good. Then, 1 decameter to centimeter. one decameter. Decameter is here. I will press 1. I add zeros up to, they want to centimeter. Up to centimeter. Who can tell us the answer? Wow, wonderful. I'm hearing that it is 1,000. Then 1 decimeter to millimeter. 1 decimeter, press 1. Here, zeros up to millimeter. It is 100. Then here, when I'm converting from kilometer to millimeter, it means that I'm converting from a bigger unit to a smaller unit. Together? So, but if I'm converting from millimeter going back, it means that I'm converting from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. Therefore, here it is in 1 millimeter is equal to how many centimeters? So, here, centimeter is bigger than millimeter. So, I'm converting from a smaller unit going back. So, this one, we simply call it 0.1. 1 millimeter is the same as 0.1 centimeter. What about centimeter to millimeter? All the same. From centimeter here, from smaller unit to bigger unit, I will add 2 zeros, so the answer is 0.001. Finally, meter to kilometer, also it is from smaller unit to bigger unit. 1, 0, 0, 0. I'm going back. Finally, the answer is 0.001. Thank you. Hoping that everyone now can know how to use a conversion table. Yes, who can read for us this heading? Who can read for us this heading? Yes, Deborah. Yes. Yeah, she's length measurements. All of you, length measurements. Clap hands for her. Yes. Here, also, who can read for us here? Yes, Honore. Kilometer. Good. Yes, hectometer. Another one. Yes, Ape. Decameter. Another one. Yes, Simplis. Meter. Another one. Yes, Ivan. Good. Decimeter. Yes. Ape again. Centimeter. Yes, Darcy. Can you read for us the last unit? Millimeter. Oh, wow. That's good. Now, who can now tell us in 1 kilometer how many hectometers are there? All of you, are you okay? Can you try, all of you? Yes. In 1 kilometer, you have 100 hectometers. Good. Now, Ganza, tell us how many decimeters are in millimeters now? Yes, Ganza. Wow. In 1 decimeter, we have 100 millimeter. These following units of length. A. 2 kilometers to meter. Simply, I will draw a conversion table which will help me from kilometer up to meter. Kilometer, hectometer, decameter, up to meter. Because they asked me from kilometer to meter. So the answer is, simply I come under kilometer, I put 2, then I add zeros up to millimeter. So this implies that 2 kilometers is the same as 2 2,000 meters. Together, can you now try this question? Or I help you? Okay, let me also help you. B, 50 decimeter to centimeter. I'm asked from decimeter to centimeter. Use a conversion table. Kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, and millimeter. Wow. What are we converting? We are converting 50 decimeter. Decimeter is here. So where this 50, where there is decimeter, it's where I'm going to start from. This 0 will start from decimeter. It means this 5 will be under meter. They want answer to centimeter. Who can now read the answer? This implies that 50 decimeter is equal to 500 centimeters. Together, let's continue with example 3. So here, in this example 3, they want us to change. See, they want us to change 2,000 meters to kilometer. 2,000 meters to kilometer. Changing from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. Do you still remember what I told you? First is to draw a conversion table. Kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, and finally millimeter. Then, what do they want? They want me to change 2,000 millimeters to kilometers. So I will come here, millimeter, and under millimeter, I put 0. It means the rest will go this side. 0, 0, 2. Together, they want the answer to kilometer. So, since they want the answer to kilometer, I will cross this 0, this 0, this 0. Together, so I will say 2,000 meters is the same as 2 kilometers. You can't cross this number under kilometer because the answer required is they want the answer in kilometers. Let us look the last example D. Example D, they are telling us to change 200 decameter to meters. 200 decameter to meters, kilometers, hectometers, decameters, meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. What are we changing? Decameters to meters. So, strictly I will count 2,000 decameter 0, 0, 2. They want my answer in meters. So, I will simply add 0 to meters. This implies that 2,000 decameters is the same as 2,000, rather 200 decameters is the same as 2,000 meters. This marks the end of our lesson. I'm going to give you exercise. Yes, before I'm going to give you exercise. Those who have this primary learners mathematics book 5, open on page 81. You do exercise 6.4. you convert those units of length together. So make sure that it is on page 81. Make sure that every question you use a conversion table. Use a conversion table. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being good children, and please observe the Ministry of Health guidelines to fight against COVID-19. Thank you. I remain teacher.